It's important to remember that these signs should be considered within a broader context and not used to judge an individual's worth. Education is a continuous journey, and people may have different strengths and areas of expertise. Additionally, some signs mentioned above may also apply to individuals with specific learning challenges or circumstances. 1. Limited vocabulary and frequent grammatical errors in speech and writing. 2. Difficulty understanding complex concepts or abstract ideas. 3. Inaccurate or outdated information shared as facts. 4. Lack of critical thinking skills, often accepting information at face value. 5. Difficulty in articulating thoughts clearly and coherently. 6. Ignorance of basic historical events or figures. 7. Inability to engage in meaningful discussions or debates. 8. Relying heavily on stereotypes and generalizations. 9. Poor reading comprehension skills. 10. Limited awareness of current events or world affairs. 11. Over-reliance on anecdotal evidence rather than empirical data. 12. Resistance to learning from reputable sources or experts. 13. Inability to adapt to new technologies or tools. 14. Lack of curiosity and a disinterest in exploring new ideas. 15. Inaccurate understanding of scientific principles. 16. Difficulty in understanding statistical information. 17. Tendency to believe in conspiracy theories. 18. Inability to evaluate the credibility of sources. 19. Inappropriate or offensive language and behavior. 20. Narrow-mindedness and an unwillingness to consider alternative viewpoints. 21. Disregard for cultural differences and diversity. 22. Overemphasis on personal beliefs over evidence-based knowledge. 23. Inability to analyze and solve problems logically. 24. Inconsistent reasoning and logical fallacies in arguments. 25. Limited knowledge of basic math and numerical literacy. 26. Poor financial literacy and money management skills. 27. Inability to recognize and appreciate art, literature, or cultural expressions. 28. Lack of awareness of environmental issues and sustainability. 29. Difficulty in planning and setting achievable goals. 30. Limited interpersonal skills and difficulty in establishing rapport with others. 31. Lack of awareness about personal hygiene and health. 32. Difficulty in understanding and using technology. 33. Unable to follow basic instructions or directions. 34. Poor organizational skills and time management. 35. Lack of awareness of political systems and government functioning. 36. Ignorance about global geography and world regions. 37. Inability to distinguish between credible and unreliable sources of information. 38. Limited understanding of basic scientific concepts, example, gravity, evolution. 39. Unwillingness to ask questions or seek clarification. 40. Inability to use basic office software, example, word processing, spreadsheets. 41. Poor etiquette in social situations and lack of manners. 42. Difficulty in expressing emotions and understanding others' emotions. 43. Lack of awareness about cultural and social norms. 44. Inability to apply basic problem-solving techniques. 45. Resistance to learning new languages or communication skills. 46. Limited knowledge of historical art, architecture, and cultural achievements. 47. Inability to follow a simple budget or manage personal finances. 48. Difficulty in understanding and applying basic scientific method. 49. Inability to interpret graphs, charts, and data visualizations. 50. Ignorance about major world religions and their beliefs. 51. Lack of knowledge about influential philosophers and their ideas. 52. Inability to adapt to changes in the workplace or environment. 53. Limited knowledge of basic human anatomy and health practices. 54. Unable to distinguish between credible and biased news sources. 55. Ignorance about major literary works and their authors. 56. Inability to write a coherent and well-structured essay or report. 57. Lack of awareness about major historical movements and their significance. 58. Difficulty in understanding basic economic principles, supply, demand, inflation. 59. Unable to perform basic mathematical calculations without a calculator. 60. Inability to recognize and understand basic scientific concepts, example, photosynthesis. 61. Ignorance about major political ideologies and their implications. 62. Lack of understanding about the importance of environmental conservation. 63. Unable to use basic measurement units and conversion formulas. 64. Inability to recognize common fallacies and arguments. 65. Ignorance about major scientific discoveries and breakthroughs. 66. Lack of awareness about important global issues, example, climate change, poverty. 67. Unable to differentiate between primary and secondary sources of information. 68. Inability to adapt writing style for different audiences and purposes. 69. Ignorance about major historical turning points and their consequences. 70. Lack of knowledge about influential social thinkers and their theories. 71. Unable to explain basic concepts of democracy and citizenship. 72. Inability to apply basic statistics to analyze data. 73. Ignorance about major milestones in human space exploration. 74. Lack of awareness about significant cultural celebrations and traditions. 75. Unable to recognize and understand basic principles of ethics. 76. Inability to identify and correct common grammatical errors. 77. Ignorance about major technological advancements and their impact. 78. Lack of knowledge about major battles and wars throughout history. 79. Unable to understand and interpret basic scientific research papers. 80. Inability to recognize and analyze bias in media and information. 81. Ignorance about major historical documents and their significance. 82. Lack of awareness about key figures in the arts and their contributions. 83. Unable to evaluate the reliability of online information sources. 84. Inability to identify and analyze cause and effect relationships. 85. Ignorance about major developments in medical science and healthcare. 86. Lack of understanding about the importance of cultural preservation. 87. Unable to create a basic presentation using digital tools. 88. Inability to critically evaluate advertisements and marketing strategies. 89. Ignorance about major social justice movements and their goals. 90. Lack of knowledge about major classical music compositions and composers. 91. Unable to identify and analyze rhetorical devices in written and spoken communication. 92. Inability to interpret basic financial statements and economic indicators. 93. Ignorance about major developments in computer science and technology. 94. Lack of awareness about major geological and natural phenomena. 95. Unable to distinguish between correlation and causation in data analysis. 96. Inability to recognize and understand basic principles of psychology. 97. Ignorance about major advancements in renewable energy and sustainability. 98. Lack of knowledge about major developments in the field of education. 99. Unable to evaluate the credibility of historical sources and accounts. 100. Inability to engage in constructive and informed debates on various topics. Recognizing these signs can serve as a starting point to promote a deeper understanding of the importance of education and its role in shaping individuals and societies. It is crucial to approach this topic with empathy and respect, recognizing that everyone is on their own learning path. By promoting inclusion, open-mindedness, and a willingness to learn and grow, we can collectively contribute to a more informed and educated world. See you in the next video. See you there.